What's up, guys? Welcome back. Episode 12 of our Race Choice Driver Focus. We are back in the Keith Rocco Racing Shop in Berlin, Connecticut, joined by SK Light driver at Stafford Speedway and Thompson Speedway Motorsport Park, Meg Fuller. Meg, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So we usually start a lot of these interviews by talking about the drivers' 2022 season, 2023 season, but I want to back it up a notch. Let's talk about how first you got started in racing. I know your family has had an influential part of your racing career so far. A lot of your family members have raced. So take us all the way back. How'd you begin?
So I tell the story all the time. Basically, like when I was probably about 5 or 6 years old, my dad was selling one of my brother's quarter midgets because he got my brother into racing, and I kept stealing the for sale sign off of the car, and I would hide it, and I kept telling him that it was my car, but he didn't want to let me race. And then he said that with my persistence that he knew that it would be something that I would really be focused on and interested in, so he finally gave in and let me do it. So I raced quarter midgets at Little T Speedway for a few years. I think probably 8 years I raced them, and then I moved to Limited Sportsman's at Thompson, and then I started at Stafford in the street stocks, and I did both tracks for a year or two, and then I moved to just Stafford and I raced the street stocks, and then once we had our unfortunate event of losing the championship, we ended up moving on to SK Lights. We figured it was time.
Cool. Yeah, SK Lights, great division at Stafford Speedway. Yourself, you're involved with it. The competition level in that division is, unmatched, really. One of the best, most competitive divisions in the country, I would say, if not sometimes even a better competition night at Stafford than the SKs. So SK Lights, great division to move up into. Going back to street stocks, dare stocks, more formally known as back in the day, you did get your first win at Stafford Speedway in a dare stock, correct?
Yes, I did, and I think I ended up with 10 wins in the dare stock, street stock division.
How was the transition from dare stocks to the SK Lights? Stafford Motor Speedway, profound track, moving up a division. Two divisions they kind of different, or was it kind of, similar in a way?
They were definitely different, but I think I picked it up pretty quick, only because I know quarter midgets and modifieds are not the same thing, but you learn a lot of the mechanisms of throttle control and different things like that. So I think that really helped me when I raced world formulas in the quarter midgets. So I think moving up to the SK Lights, I still had that in my brain. So the transition wasn't too hard.
Gotcha. And like we touched on in the beginning of the interview, your family members have been such an influential part of your racing career. Talk about that a little. How have they helped, contribute to your success? It's kind of nice, wouldn't you say, to always have something to fall back on, having to ask people, for tips and stuff like that, especially within your family.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's very nice to be able to have my dad there with me all the time. And for a while, we had my Uncle Jimmy as a part of our race team as well, but now it's just my dad and I, and now Keith. It's awesome to have him with us because he's just another figure that works so hard on our race car and is so focused on us.
Right. Keith Rocco, one of the best modified drivers in the country, in the Northeast, however you want to name it. Just Keith Rocco is that good. And we are here in the Keith Rocco shop. You've been running for Keith for how many years now?
This is going on 3.
So definitely, pretty long time within racing. You can learn a lot in 3 years. Keith Rocco has helped so many different drivers. You watched the interview we did with him a couple weeks ago, which was really cool. How's working with Keith been? I'm sure you gained a ton of experience, gained a lot of knowledge from the people around you, being able to see your car. I mean, your car is looking beautiful for the 2023 season. So how has been working with Keith been?
It's a lot of fun working with Keith. He definitely has his characteristics that are very funny, and you have to kind of be used to it to understand it. But at the racetrack, he's always there and always focused, and he listens very well, which I appreciate. And I know that he puts a lot of his time into our race car, and I really appreciate that.
Yep, that's awesome to see. Really looking at everyone who has raced for Keith over the years and just giving thanks and not remembering where they came from. You obviously have a great head on your shoulders to thank the people who have kind of the backbone to your racing career. So we'll jump into 2023. Told me before I got here, you guys are planning on running full season at Stafford as well as Thompson. So Thompson's coming up in 3 weeks. You got to be excited for that.
I'm definitely excited. We have some work to do. The car's still trying to finalize some sponsorships, so we're still waiting on finalizing the decals to put on the car. We got a few more things to do, obviously, but I'm definitely excited. It's a little bit stressful, though.
Yeah, it's looking a little bare, but at the same time, it looks really nice. Are we still going number 02, same purple?
We're
not. Okay.
We're definitely we're sticking with the 2.
The
2. We're going back in time.
We're going back in time.
So finally we get the 2 back. I think we're probably going to stick with the same colors, though.
Thompson is one of, really fast track. You've had a lot. I've never raced Thompson, but Andrew, Keith, yourself, you raced it. Do you like Thompson a little bit better than Stafford, or Stafford's kind of your home?
I like both of them, but I really enjoy Thompson, and I really wish that there was a higher car count, and I wish that the stands were filled more, but I do like Stafford a lot as well, because that's definitely feels a lot more like home, only because I've been racing there for a lot longer now, but I am so glad to be back at Thompson again.
Yeah, that's cool. And you're fortunate enough to, race an SK Light at both tracks, just gaining experience. I mean, anytime you can get in one of these things and gain experience, doesn't matter the track, Waterford too, it's really cool to see. What's kind of the mindset for this year? Are we looking at, trying to grab some wins, consistency? I mean, you have a lot of experience. Just what do you need to think to just kind of piece it together?
I definitely think consistency is going to be a big goal for us, and I might have listened to Keith's interview on Race Choice, and he definitely said that we were looking for a win this year, and I agree, and I definitely hope that we can get there, and I think we will this year.
That's awesome to see. I mean, touching back on Keith, he wants his drivers to have success. Me and Muller spent 20-25 minutes in the storage room just talking to him about how he wants his drivers to be successful, and a lot of guys are like, hey, why would I go to Keith? He's not going to give me the same stuff, but that's a black eye for him, right? He wants you guys to succeed. He wants you to see you guys in victory lane, because this is a business. He wants to promote his business, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would definitely say that. I feel like he's a lot more focused on all the other cars rather than his car.
Yeah, and he told me as well, I asked him, I had a question for him. I'm like, do you feel like, when on a Friday when it's time to run Stafford, that you're finding yourself scaling your car Friday morning while you got all your drivers' cars in the trailer? And he's like, absolutely, it happens, almost every week. But that's the name of the game. If you're a business owner, they say you're a business owner, you're sold for life. You're constantly working. So Keith has done tremendous things here. And I'm sure you're excited for the Sizzler. I mean, we're already in March. Spring's coming up. Spring Sizzler, April 29th and 30th. You'll get your feet wet at Thompson, but talk about Stafford this year.
Definitely excited for Stafford. We definitely had a pretty good year last year. We were pretty consistent. We finished most of our races. We only skipped 1 week, but we definitely plan to race a full season at both tracks this year, and don't plan on skipping any races.
Definitely, is the stress level high for that? I mean, racing full-time at Stafford could be stressful in itself, and you got Thompson as well. How's the stress level? Is it kind of on the bottom, or is it you love racing, I'm going to do it either way?
I definitely love racing, and I'm going to do it either way, but it gets a little bit stressful, especially because Thompson's like on a Wednesday, and then Stafford's on a Friday, and we only have the one car, so we have to switch it from that Friday night at Stafford and hope and pray that nothing bad happened that Friday, switch it to the Thompson, hope nothing bad happens at Thompson, and switch it back to the Stafford for the following Friday. So it definitely gets stressful.
Yeah, that's definitely a lot of work. Well, we're real excited for you from Team RaceChoice, and I wanted to hint on your life outside of racing. You're from Massachusetts. You still live in Massachusetts currently, right?
Yep.
What do you do outside of racing? What do you do in the off season? What do you like to do?
This year was a lot different from last year. Last year I did a lot of like snowmobiling and outdoor stuff. This year I kind of focused a lot more on school. I picked up a waitressing job, and I've been doing that on the weekends. It's a lot of fun working there because it's a very small diner.
Yep.
And it's 6 people that work there, so it's the same people that you're with every day, and you get to hang out, have fun, and do your job.
So you are keeping busy. Touch on school a little bit. What are you going to school for? Where do you go to school, and when are you planning on graduating?
I'm majoring in business management with a minor in marketing, and I go to Nichols College in Dudley, Mass.
Okay, cool.
I graduate next year, but I'm planning on probably doing the plus one program, so I'll probably end up doing that. But school is a lot of fun, but it's also very stressful.
Yeah, my minor was the same, and I did the +1 program as well, and I think I turned out all right. So we're here doing this interview, so that's definitely something to look for. But that's great. School is always good. You can never go wrong with an education. Do you a lot of your professors have some inspiration in racing? Do they like it? They must think it's different and cool.
Oh yeah, they definitely think it's different and cool, and pretty much all my professors know about it, and they're very supportive. Actually, one of my marketing professors was trying to help me put together a proposal for the school because they thought it would be a good idea to be able to market themselves on the car, which I think is also a good idea because they used to sponsor a route as well. So.
Right. Yeah, I remember he went there. So yeah, that'd be cool. So are we seeing Nichols College on the car this year?
I'm trying to get the proposal to them, but it's kind of hard because right now they're in between marketing people. They just hired a new staff, so I think they might wait on it. I don't know yet.
Awesome to see. Well, we hope for the best of luck with that. Grabbing sponsors, especially nowadays in 2023 in the modified division, it's hard to come by. It's really hard to show these sponsors how much we can do for them on and off the track. That's why we're here today. You're a member of Team RaceChoice, and we appreciate you sitting down and doing a lot of this. Who else has contributed sponsor-wise to your racing career thus far, and who are you hoping to have come aboard? Who else to come aboard during the 2023 season?
I'm not really sure who new is coming aboard this year, but I'm definitely glad to have RaceChoice as a part of my team. Propane Plus is coming back. Interstate Transmission, they've been with us for a while now. Been talking to Metro Door as well, so I think they're coming back.
Meg Fuller, great to have her here. Look out for her at the Thompson Speedway Motorsports Park April 1st and 2nd, as well as the Spring Sizzler on April 29th and 30th at Stafford Speedway. So Meg, thank you for coming today, and we wish the best of luck during the 2023 season.